show sucks so bad. All right, let's dive into it, man. Let's go around the league real quick and give everybody kind of an update, or not an update, a preview, if you will, of what's going on in the National Football League. Really excited about some of these games. Obviously, tonight kicking off, Raiders at the Broncos. The Broncos are 7-2. Raiders are 2-6 traveling into Denver. Broncos have been red hot at home, 4-0 there at home. So that should be a fun one to watch this evening after the show. And then, of course, kicking off things early Sunday morning on NFL Network, the 3-5 Atlanta Falcons play the 7-2 Indianapolis Colts in Berlin, Germany. So I'm going to be rooting for the Falcons there, even though they're an NFC team. I kind of want to see the Colts come back down to earth, although that could bite us in the rear end later, huh? Probably should be pulling for the Colts there, shouldn't I? Should be Packers.
You think Sauce will have a day?
I don't know, man. Ooh. I don't know. I tell you, that team, they're ready. They're ready to win now. That's for sure. And that happened quick. And the big thing that many people aren't talking about the Indianapolis Colts, they got one of, if not the best offensive lines in all of football. They built that offensive line the right way, and I think that's why they're in every single game week in and week out. So what do y'all think about that? You think the Falcons got a chance there? Or, I mean, it's neutral ground. Weird things happen overseas there in some of these football games.
You said they're in Berlin?
Berlin. It looks like Olympic Stadium in Berlin, Germany.
Well, I would just say to, I guess, Daniel Jones, Guten Morgen, which means good morning, because they're playing a morning game. See how I tie that all in together? He's slated at 241.5 passing yards against Michael Penix. Don't say it too hard there. 231.5 for Mr. Michael Penix, who, I think that he has shown some definite capabilities. But to your point, Clayton, I'd like to see the Colts kind of mop up the Falcons and just kick them back a little bit.
I like it. Emilio, what do you think?
Yeah, that'd be ideal. And you just got to knock off the NFC teams, but we'll see what happens. It's an early game. You got to travel. We'll see who's prepared.
Yeah. Up next in the 1 o'clock window, kicking things off, the 2-7 New York Giants. They're 0-5 in away games. Travel into Chicago, who are 5-3. They're 2-1 at home. I think it goes without saying we're going to be Giants fans there early Sunday. If my schedule falls into place, I'm going to be going live during this game and doing a little watch party, a little hate watch party on the Chicago Bears.
Fun.
we did it that one weekend. Yeah. It was a blast, wasn't it?
It was the best time I think I've had. Now, knowing that it doesn't really make when you're watching a Packer game, you're so nervous the whole time. When you're watching another team play, you're just cracking jokes. You're having a little play-by-play. It was good, man. I loved it.
Yeah. So, Emilio, what do you think? You think the Giants got a chance to win that game? People soon forget. I believe it was it the Giants that beat the Eagles earlier this year? Am I thinking that? Is that what happened?
Yeah, it's tough that you lost. You don't have Neighbors, you don't have Scatterboo, you have Mr. Dart. I think that he just needs to put the team on his back and do whatever he can to try to, bring that win home. But they're scrappy. I don't think they're going to roll over. I think that it's going to be a battle because we got to pay attention to that as well. Who are we playing in a couple weeks here? We got to go take care of I think the Giants are actually right after the Eagles. So we need to be ready, one, to watch that team, know what's going on over there, and two, be ready and hoping that they can beat the Bears, but not take it to us.
Yeah, and I agree, man. With Scatterbo out, that one hurts. That one hurts.
Yeah, they're next. Yep, and we got to go to MetLife for that.
Definitely. So again, we'll be doing a live watch party for that game, 1 o'clock, and the other 1 o'clock game that we're going to be doing, it's going to be we'll be keeping up with both of them, is Ravens at the Vikings. Okay, 1 o'clock on Fox. The Ravens 3-5. Lamar Jackson is now back. They're 1-2 on the road. They're traveling to Minneapolis to play the Vikings, who are 4-4. They're 1-2 at home, so something's kind of got to give there. Really like the Ravens' chances of going into Minnesota and winning that ball game, especially with that veteran defense of the Ravens going up against a rookie quarterback who people were acting like, I said this earlier on the live stream, people were acting like J.J. McCarthy was playing like Joe Montana last week. I was like, I mean, the way they were talking, I was expecting to log on and see 320 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no picks. He didn't even crack the 200 mark. I was like, right. Why is everybody all the hell about J.J. McCarthy all of a sudden? I don't know what I'm missing there, but we'll be pulling for the Ravens in that game, obviously. We want the Vikings and the Bears to both lose in that 1 o'clock window. Jacob, you're right up there in Vikings territory. What's the buzz like up there, man? How's it feel up there? Do you think the Vikings are going to knock off the Ravens at home?
I don't. To Jen's point, let's go Lamar. He might be a little rusty when he comes back. I do think that for once in their career, once in their history of being a fan base, Vikings fans are a little hesitant to throw all their eggs into that basket of J.J. McCarthy. To your point too, Clayton, he hasn't been really perfect. We haven't seen a polished game. It is odd, isn't it, though, that all of a sudden with all the hate they had on Jordan and all these young quarterbacks that need to perform so quickly, JJ has kind of been babied along. He's had some times to come out and show some stuff. It seems like they've almost kept him hidden, maybe even falsifying some certain injuries that he couldn't come back from, yada, yada, yada. That being said, they do have Justin Jefferson slated at 77.5 as his over-under receiving yards right now, which I think is a little generous, but that Ravens defense has been pretty suspect than the Ravens defense we're used to in most years.
What do you think, Emilio? How do you feel about Ravens at the Vikings?
Ravens need to go on a run, man. They need it more than the Vikings do, though the Vikings need it pretty bad. I think that it's even more on the Ravens. They were picked to be a front runner at preseason. They had a real rough start, had an injury to your starting quarterback, and then you kind of get on a roll. I think the ball's rolling downhill for the Ravens. I think they'll probably take care of the Vikings.
Like what Ed Madden says here, Jacob, thanks for highlighting that. I like the Ravens too. Roquan and Hamilton back on defense. So it sounds like you're going to be getting Kyle Hamilton back there at safety if he's been banged up. So that'll help a lot there as well. So again, we're going to be doing a live watch party. It may be for the entirety of the game if I can get settled in time. Get a Japanese steakhouse down the road. They do a Sunday buffet, so we might be rolling in a little late. I'll be snoring on camera. Jacob will have to talk most of the time, but it's going to be a good time. So make sure you check that out. Well, we could probably do, Jacob, you'll have the Vikings locally, won't you?
I will, but you're talking – oh, no, that'll be Sunday. Yeah. I should be good. Yep.
Cool. If you can make it, you can keep up with the Vikings game. I'll have the Bears game on, and we'll do kind of a simultaneous play-by-play somewhat.
Yes.
It'd be fun. It'd be like a redneck stripper pole red zone channel for you on the day. Right?
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
So another 1 o'clock window game. The 6-2 Buffalo Bills travel to the 2-7 Miami Dolphins. Looks like the Bills are 2-1 on the road. Dolphins are 1-3 at home. You never know about these division games, but my money would probably be on the Bills to go down there and smack them in the mouth. How do you see that one, Emilio?
Yeah, I think Mr. McDaniels there, he's got to have to try to show up there and make it happen. But too old for this, calls it the redneck zone. I think
love it. Let's go. I need to create a graphic.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we're gonna have to title it and everything.
Jacob, don't let me forget. We're creating a graphic.
Oh, no, those worlds really do coincide there. So, yeah.
Mandy
No, it
just
works,
up
though.
here too. Look at this, man.
What you got there?
The last of the
You're already
Halloween
on
cookie.
Christmas cookies, man?
No, it's a cat, bro. It's a Halloween cat.
Oh, it's one of the ghost ones. Okay, yeah.
We got something left here.
The
So
Pillsbury
guys would be-
one? Yeah.
You'd be so proud of the joke that I won't make. I had a goodie.
thank
Yeah, I
you.
bet you did, Jacob.
Go ahead, Emilio.
No, it's just the Bills should walk away with this one, but the Bills should have beat the Patriots as well. And remember, the Bills are a great team, and everybody thinks that they're the best. So keep an eye on them and how they handle that team. Maybe they work them 40-7, and maybe it's a knockout.
Yeah, I love what 2 over this says. Complete with commercials for Zen and Marlboro. There you go, Marlboro Reds. So
I love it.
got to have the Reds. All right, let's move it along. 1 o'clock window. Also, the Browns at the Jets. Man, what a crappy game. The 2-6 Browns at the 1-7 Jets. What's left of the Jets as they sold the farm, obviously. I think my money's on the Browns in that game, boys. I'm just telling you, the Browns should be able to go in there and smoke their head. Somebody showed a graphic of Garrett Wilson earlier. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's all that's left is Garrett Wilson. I love his heart. He's like, what the hell just happened here?
Someone was trying to say that Garrett's excited now because now they have all these draft picks. They can bring in a bunch of talent and make them better. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm too drunk to taste that chicken. That's crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. All right. Go ahead, Jake.
No, it's just Dylan Gabriel, 184.5, slated in that game. Justin Fields, 169.5. People that thought that the Justin Fields thing was going to have a resurgence, that he might have to, actually be respected as a good quarterback in this league. I don't know. That seems to be going down the drain faster than the Browns.
Go ahead, Jake. You're muted now. What the hell happened?
He said he's going down the drain faster than the Browns and started laughing so much he had to mute the mic because he lost it.
He's professional.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Let's awkward silence. 1 o'clock window on CBS. The 7-2 Patriots are 4-0. They're the road warriors out here, boys. 4-0 on the road, going into Tampa, who's 6-2. They're 2-1 at home. Let's go Patriots! How cool would it be if the Patriots could go in there and knock off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, knock them down to 6?
That's gonna be a battle.
That would be
a really good game. I'm gonna want to try to peek in on that one.
I wonder if Jim Nantz, Tony Romo's going to be calling it. And also, look at over here at AccuWeather. Look like we got some thunderstorms in the forecast, a little rain falling. Come on, let's go. What do you think, Jacob? You got any over-unders for that?
I do, and it's very, like we just talked, that seems like it's going to be a very even match. The over-unders seem to agree almost identically. Baker Mayfield, 244.5. Mr. Drake May, 245.5. I don't know if you guys went to school, but that's almost equal.
I like that. That's only one away, right?
Yeah, buddy. Exactly, as a matter of fact.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would definitely take the Patriots over that. One, because I want that to happen. Two, they've been kind of on a roll here. 4-0 away. They've gone into Buffalo and won. They just have a little bit of grit. If this is where it falls off, so be it. But let's hope that they can pull one up against the Bucs, slow them down a little.
Yeah. Also in the 1 o'clock window, the Saints 1-8. They're 0-4 on the road. Go to Carolina to play the Panthers, who are 5-4. They're 3-1 at home. So the Panthers coming off a extreme high there with that win over the Packers. I think the Panthers probably handle business here, but you never know, man. It's a divisional game. Maybe the Saints can get hot and pull an upset there. We definitely want the Panthers to lose this one, though, right?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. So if the Panthers go ahead and win it, right, that's all right. Maybe we feel a little bit better about the game. The Saints come in and beat the Panthers. What's the end? I mean, everybody's going to just start losing it online, right? Because, you guys let the Saints beat the Panthers and you couldn't do it?
I could care less what they say.
Agreed.
What I want,
exactly,
any team that might potentially sneak up and knock the Packers out of the playoffs later on, I want them to lose. Listen, you can say it a million times, and the negative fans will still harp on that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Those games happen every single week in the league. Every week in the league. Just like people are probably hearing me say there's no way the Saints are going to beat the Panthers. You keep saying that, and there's going to be a game this week that nobody sees coming, and it's going to be an upset. It happens every single week, every week. So, again, I'm hoping the Saints beat the Panthers personally, and I could care less what Hambubker789 says over on Twitter about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Ed Madden, watch the Saints upset the Panthers. I can see it, man. Next, 1 o'clock window, the 5-3 Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Houston to take on the 3-5 Texans. The Texans are 2-2 at home, and the Jaguars are 2-1 on the road. You like the Jaguars' chances there. We showed a graphic earlier on defense, and if I remember correctly, look at the Texans, guys. They have the best pass defense in terms of EPA per dropback at a -0.13. The Jaguars like to throw the football with Trevor Lawrence, right? That matchup to me it kind of tilts towards the Texans, I think, especially being at home. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans upset them there. So what do y'all think about that one? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming C.J. Stroud must be facing some injuries. Davis Mills slated as the starter with 211.5. Trevor Lawrence, 205.5. I just think, to your point, Afham's coming in with the hot Duval. I hope we don't have that drop anymore. Just saying. J. Cole confirming CJ is out. Same with Jen there.
That makes it a lot tougher.
It just seems like the Jaguars, for how seemingly hot they started, they just fell off a cliff really quick. And, like you said, the Texans defense, they are looking pretty good.
Yeah, J. Cole makes a good point. He says, I think that Cardinals game may be the game that we were just talking about. Every week there's an upset. The next game here, Emilio, 3-5 Cardinals travel to the 6-2 Seahawks divisional game. Kyler Murray is out for the foreseeable future with that foot/ankle injury, I believe it was. So they're going to continue to roll with Jacoby Brissett and going into Seattle, one of the toughest places to play up there. I think the Cardinals got a shot to pull off the upset here, man. They're 2-2 on the road, and the Seahawks are 2-2 at home. Something's got to give there.
Yeah, hoping the Cardinals pull one out here. Slow the Seahawks down a little bit, but you got to contain JSN. You got to contain Sam Darnold, who's not seeing ghosts anymore, and we just got to be ready to, because that could be a team that we see later on in the year, right? The Seahawks being a super strong team could be an issue or a competition for us. And yeah, the Cardinals they didn't go away easy when we were playing against them, and they've only lost their games by a handful of points. So I think that's going to be a good one. Hopefully they can pull it out.
Yeah, I agree. Darnold is tied right now, as it actually is moving right in front of me. So he's either number 1 or 2 as the highest slated passing yards with 256.5. Jacoby Brissett, to Clayton's point, at 229.5. He is playing good football. To Affin's point, Seattle is so hot right now, very hot.
So hot right now.
Like Hansel, like a lot of the people in the quote, JSN is having himself quite a year. I believe. Who else did they just get traded over there? Was it He's something that I could not believe.
Yeah.
So they got another crazy good receiving core there, and we'll see what they do down the stretch. It would be nice to see them take a loss, though.
This receiving is tough.
Every time we get a Zoolander quote, I always just want to say, "Derelict my bowl." Such a good move. All right. So 2 over this says, "LOL at the Vikings for letting Darnold and Jones go." Yeah, that Vikings team will be scary right now if Darnold was still with them and playing at the level he's playing now. Now, would he have been playing at that level? Last year would suggest he would, right? He was an MVP candidate for most of the years. So, moving along, this is going to be a doozy year, boys.
Oh, yeah.
6-2 Rams at the 6-3 Niners. NFC West showdown out there. 4:25 kickoff. Eastern time, of course. The Rams 3-1 on the road. The 49ers 2-1 at home. That's going to be when you're going to want to sit down, kick your feet up. I'm going to build a little fire downstairs. Going to be chilly on Sunday, and I'll snooze off by halftime. But we're going to watch a snap or 2 of this one.
Yeah, the only thing with that one is it's tough. It's not really a home game for either of them, right? One of the fan bases can definitely swarm that. So I remember, I think it was the last year when the Rams played them, and it was a Rams home game, and there was so much red in the stands. So it's like you get might be working with silent count, but Matthew Stafford's on a heater. I thought his back would have been slowing him down a little bit more this year, and that is the opposite of what's happening. Hopefully Tay Adams, keeps doing his thing.
Yeah, this is tough for me, Jacob. As Jen Wright says, who do we want to lose? I love how she said, who do we want to win? Because we don't want either of them to win, but we got to pick one, right? So we'll say it like that. Me personally, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of a closet McVay fan. I like McVay. I think he's a great dude. I think he's great for the game. I think he respects the game. He respects the history of the game. Grew up in a football family around the game. I think I'm kind of pulling for the Rams. They got Devontae Adams as well. Love Devontae Adams. I kind of like how that team's built. At the same time, though, the Niners already having 3 losses, Jacob. It would help the Packers a little bit if they could knock off the Rams there, right? I would imagine.
Yeah, and I unfortunately do kind of agree with you. I've been scarred too many times in my life to ever root for the 49ers organization in any way, shape, or form. Can't stand him. Absolutely hate him. I respect the Rams. I respect McVay. I like the fact that his team respects him so much that they dress up for him as Halloween, give him a little lighthearted ribbing. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Yeah. And to your point, our boy Devontae's over there representing. To me, that's an easy pick for them. But mathematically, I think you're probably right. We should probably hope for the other way, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
What do you think, Amelia? Who do you want to win in that one, man?
Yeah, I'd take the Rams as well. Tay, Mr. Sean Dolak, and Sean McVay to go to town.
Which Lance says, agree, Jacob. I hate the Niners. I think we all do, right? I think that's something we can all get behind. So, all right, next, the 5-3 Lions at the 3-6 Commanders. The Lions are 2-2 on the road. Obviously one of those 2 losses being at Lambeau in Week 1, and then the Commanders are 2-2 at home. Lions are playing pretty good football right now. How cool would it be, though, if the Commanders knocked them off on Sunday? That would help the Packers tremendously. That's a 4:25 kickoff on Fox there, Jacob. How do you see that one, man? You think the Commanders got a chance to win that one?
It's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance, though, type chance.
We got a little rain, too. Look like probably a 50% chance of rain out there in Landover, Maryland.
Okay, I'll take that. I mean, the Commanders have been very up and down this year, obviously, with the up and down Daniel's having that horrific. I can't even. Every time I see that kind of stuff, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Marcus Mariota just did jump up from 200 pass yards just a second ago to 207.5. So apparently, whatever I just said kicked it up. Jared Goff slated at 250.5. It's a snowball's chance in hell, but I think the Commanders, if they play their type of game and the defense comes ready to play, who knows? Any given Sunday. What if that's the game where we're sitting here Yeah.
I would be very excited, Jacob. Thank you very much. If you would send the Lions to 5-4, I'd appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I forgot about Jaden Daniels. He dislocated his elbow, right? Is that what
Yep.
happened there?
Oh yeah. Oof.
That's nasty. Wasn't it?
Nasty.
You get that sometimes on these tough Sundays, right? So, all right. And then the game of the week. That was a hard one to watch, Corey said. So, the game of the week here, Sunday Night Football on NBC, is going to be the 5-3 Steelers at the 6-3 Chargers. That's going to be a good ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to be rooting for Aaron. You know how I feel about that. That's going to be a lot of fun to see him go out there in LA and try to get that win. He might even get to sleep in his own bed. The team won't let him do that.
Hey.
Back home in Cali, that'll be a fun one to watch, man. I hope the Steelers pull that off.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers slated at 215.5. Justin Herbert 256.5. So he's also tied. We're one of the top 3 highest projected pass yards there. And in case you guys were wondering, Aaron Rodgers rush yards 1.5. I don't know.
Over.
That's a tough one. In a game though, when it gets down at the end of the season, we have been seeing him to get a little more aggressive, and I feel like he's playing good ball, man. I don't care what anybody says. He's playing good ball. To Clayton's point, it's almost like watching when we're talking about the Rams. Kind of the same types of players that we've had that long history of loyalty with. I am not going to be mad if I watch Aaron Rodgers play great football.
Yeah. I almost thought, Emilio, he could get 1.5 on a QB sneak, and then I thought they don't use him like that, do they? Remember when they did the tush push and he just stood back there and went?
That is great. I love that.
Great close.
Classic 12. But yeah, no, I hoping for Aaron to still succeed and do his thing. But the Chargers also are battling. Both their starting tackles are out for the season. So they lost Joe Alt to a season-ending knee, I think it was, and their other tackles.
Was that Sean Slater? Was that the other one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game for Herbert. He's gonna have to put the team on his back, which he can do. He's a talented quarterback. Night game at home, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And obviously, we wrap it up with Monday Night Football. The 6-2 Eagles traveling into Lambeau to face the 5-2-1 Packers. The Eagles 3-1 on the road. The Packers 3-1 at home. Something's got to give there, right? That's going to be an awesome. I can't wait, man. It's going to be absolutely awesome. They're saying game time 30 degrees right now. I think last I've seen a 15% chance of flurries. Maybe that's changed, but that should be a blast to watch. Obviously, we're going to have the rest of the week to dive into that and everything else. Jacob, is there any other comments you want to hit before we move on to the playoff predictor? I'm excited about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Deadfish, who's a longtime favorite of the show, says this is odd. The Rams are 1-2 against the NFC with their only win against the Saints. The 49ers are 6-1 against the NFC. So, man, I tell you what, that maybe shifts the scales a little bit, but still, I just screw the 49ers, man. Can't do it.
There you go. You heard it from a fan right here. All right, guys, if you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. What do you think about the Week 10 slates? Is there a game we maybe missed in terms of, hey, we'd rather this team win than that one to help the Packers out? And if you're a fan of another team, chime in. We have other fans roll through here all the time in the comments. Believe me, they usually come in here and talk crap to me, but that's okay. Let us know how you feel about your team. If you're not a Packers fan, let us know in the comments. And if you want to, hit subscribe. You ain't got to come back. Just hit that sub button for us. So help the old algae out. Click like and click that bell icon if you do want to know when we go live here in the future. All right, let's do it, boys. Let's jump into